Hey everybody. Um, I am just kind of sharing this. I thought this was interesting. You can create variables with strings like this, and so you can dynamically create variables with strings, which I am not entirely sure what the workflow would be for something like that, to be creating variables in that way. I would imagine using a dictionary would be something better than to dynamically create a bunch of variables. Because if you, in here I'm printing all the variables we currently have, and you can see there's a list of this variable I just created, and this is what this is doing, is it's creating my local var, my local variable. And you just input that string, and then the value of whatever that is after, and in this case it's 100, and then after that we can just print our variable value. I'm done. I don't entirely, like the workflow behind that. I mean, you essentially could create like a ton of variables on accident, and then they're all stored there, and maybe a dictionary is totally better for what you're trying to do. I'd be interested to hear from the community on when to use something like this, if you guys have. I did, though, find in one instance where I was using this, and there's probably a better way, but I was creating SQL connections. I was to a server, to a SQL server, into databases, and so there's 560 databases, and I was creating a connection into each one. Now there's a better way, maybe, and I only point that out because I can look at the master, the master database, I guess, and report back all the database names, which allows me to loop through and make a connection to each database. And I was having issues and having connection errors, and because some reason the connections weren't closing. And so I dynamically created variable names and then created a connection, a unique connection to each database, in hoping that it didn't error out, and that seemed to work. So I wanted to share, thought it was interesting, put it out there as it's just a cool thing inside of Python that you can do. Interested to see what other folks have seen using this method. And you can see, like, if we change this to 1, run it, you can see it prints 1. You can check the type. You can see it's an int now. And if we print the variables and scroll down, you can see down here, here's our variable, and then what it equals. And then you can see over here as well. Right here, the local variable, and then you can see the value for that. But you see things like this in there, like local variable. You still see the 100. So I'm not sure how that's reporting that information. But anyways, I wanted to see what you guys thought about it. Maybe there's a good use that you find where this, kind of like the SQL thing. I'm still working on that to find if there's a better way. At some point, I'm going to share that on the channel, but I want to see if you guys have used this function to create your own variables dynamically, and then why would that be better, over a dictionary? So kind of interesting. Anyways, feel free to reach out if you want to talk about it. Feel free to leave comments, and thanks a lot for watching.